Bees are remarkable creatures. They are nature's tiny architects, industrious workers, and crucial pollinators. These buzzing insects, with their fuzzy bodies and tireless work ethic, play an indispensable role in the delicate balance of our planet's ecosystems. Without bees, our world would be a very different place. From the vibrant colors of wildflowers to the abundance of fruits and vegetables, we owe a debt of gratitude to these tiny pollinators. They are the unsung heroes of our food chain, responsible for 1 out of every 3 bites of food we eat. As they flit from flower to flower, bees perform a vital service, carrying pollen grains on their hairy bodies, enabling plants to reproduce and thrive. Their importance extends far beyond our dinner plates. Bees contribute to the health and diversity of our planet's flora, which in turn supports a wide array of wildlife. The intricate web of life on Earth is delicately interconnected, and bees play a crucial role in maintaining this balance. Within the bustling world of a beehive, a highly organized society thrives. Thousands of bees live together, each with a specific role, working tirelessly for the colony. At the heart of the hive is the queen bee, the only female to reproduce. She lays thousands of eggs, ensuring the colony's continuation. Worker bees, all sterile females, perform various tasks. As they mature, they forage for nectar and pollen. Male drones exist only to mate with the queen. After mating, they are expelled from the hive. The intricate workings of a bee colony highlight the power of teamwork. Honey, a sweet and viscous liquid, is a testament to the industrious nature of bees. This golden nectar, produced from plants, is a delicious treat and vital food source for bees. The process of honey production is a fascinating example of teamwork and ingenuity. Worker bees, known as foragers, visit countless flowers to collect nectar. Using their long tongues, they store the nectar in a special sac called a honey stomach. Forager bees regurgitate the nectar to other worker bees who break down complex sugars. This nectar is then deposited into the honeycomb, a network of hexagonal cells. Worker bees fan their wings, evaporating the water content and thickening it into honey. Once ripe, the bees seal the honeycomb cells with wax, preserving the liquid gold. The production of honey is a labor-intensive process, requiring the collective effort of thousands of bees. It is a testament to their remarkable work ethic and ability to transform nature's gifts into a valuable resource. As bees buzz from flower to flower, they perform a vital service: pollination, the process by which plants reproduce. This intricate dance between plants and pollinators is essential for the survival of countless species, including our own. Pollination is the magical process by which plants reproduce, and bees are masters of this delicate art. Plants, rooted in place, rely on pollinators like bees to carry pollen grains, the male reproductive cells, from one flower to another. As a bee alights on a flower, seeking nectar and pollen, tiny grains of pollen stick to its hairy body. When the bee moves on to another flower of the same species, some of these pollen grains are transferred to the female reproductive parts of the flower, enabling fertilization to occur. This process of cross-pollination is essential for the production of fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Without bees and other pollinators, our diets would be severely limited, and many plant species would struggle to reproduce. The intricate relationship between bees and plants is a testament to the interconnectedness of nature and the vital role that even the smallest creatures play in maintaining the balance of our ecosystems. Imagine a world without the cheerful buzz of bees, a world where flowers bloom in silence, their vibrant colors muted by the absence of these vital pollinators. A world without bees is a bleak prospect, a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of life on Earth and the dire consequences of disrupting the delicate balance of nature. The decline of bee populations worldwide is a cause for serious concern, a harbinger of potential ecological and economic disaster. Bees are responsible for pollinating a vast array of crops, including fruits, vegetables, nuts, and coffee. Without bees, our food supply would be severely compromised, leading to food shortages, rising prices, and potential social unrest. Beyond the economic impact, the loss of bees would have devastating consequences for biodiversity. Many plant species rely on bees for pollination, and their decline would trigger a domino effect, impacting other wildlife that depend on these plants for food and shelter. A world without bees is a world impoverished, a world where the tapestry of life is irrevocably altered. It is a future we must strive to avoid. Section 6. Shrinking habitats, starving bees. As human populations grow and urban sprawl encroaches upon natural habitats, bees are facing a crisis of shrinking foraging grounds and dwindling food sources. The loss of wildflower meadows, forests, and other natural habitats is depriving bees of the diverse array of flowers they need to thrive. Intensive agriculture, with its vast monocultures of crops, further exacerbates the problem, creating food deserts for bees. These vast fields, planted with a single crop species, offer a limited and often inadequate source of nectar and pollen, leaving bees malnourished and vulnerable. The fragmentation of habitats, with small patches of suitable habitat isolated from each other, makes it increasingly difficult for bees to find the resources they need to survive. They are forced to travel further and expend more energy in their search for food, leaving them weak and susceptible to disease. The loss of habitat is a major threat to bee populations worldwide, and it is imperative that we take steps to protect and restore the natural areas that bees need to thrive. Section 7. Pesticides, a silent killer. Pesticides, chemical compounds designed to protect crops from pests and diseases, pose a significant threat to bee populations worldwide. While these chemicals are intended to target specific pests, they often have unintended consequences for beneficial insects like bees. These chemicals, while intended to boost agricultural yields, are having a devastating impact on these vital pollinators. Exposure to pesticides can have a range of negative effects on bees, from immediate mortality to sublethal effects that compromise their health and ability to function. Some pesticides can kill bees outright, while others can impair their navigation, learning, and foraging abilities. Pesticides can weaken bees' immune systems, making them more susceptible to diseases and parasites. The widespread use of neonicotinoid pesticides, a class of insecticides that are particularly harmful to bees, has been linked to widespread bee deaths and colony collapse disorder, a phenomenon in which worker bees abandon their hives, leaving the queen and brood to fend for themselves. The use of pesticides in agriculture is a complex issue, but it is clear that we need to find ways to protect our crops while also safeguarding the health of bees and other pollinators. Section 8. Climate change threatens our tiny allies. Climate change, with its rising temperatures, shifting rainfall patterns, and increasing frequency of extreme weather events, is posing yet another challenge for bee populations already struggling to cope with habitat loss and pesticide exposure. The delicate balance of nature is being disrupted, and bees are feeling the heat. Changes in temperature and rainfall can affect the timing of flower blooms, creating a mismatch between the availability of nectar and pollen and the times when bees are most active. Bees rely on predictable flowering patterns to ensure a steady food supply, and disruptions to these patterns can leave them with insufficient resources to survive. Extreme weather events such as droughts, floods, and heat waves can also harm bees directly, killing them outright or damaging their nests and food sources. Climate change is a global problem that requires a global solution. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions, transitioning to renewable energy sources, and promoting sustainable land management practices are all essential steps in mitigating the impacts of climate change on bees and other pollinators. Section 9. Be a friend to bees. Here's how. The plight of bees is a stark reminder of our interconnectedness with the natural world and the importance of protecting biodiversity. But there is hope. Each of us can make a difference, no matter how small, in supporting bee populations and ensuring that these vital pollinators continue to thrive. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to help bees is to plant a variety of flowers in our gardens and yards, providing them with a diverse and abundant source of nectar and pollen. Native plants are particularly beneficial as they are adapted to local conditions and provide bees with the nutrients they need. We can also reduce or eliminate our use of pesticides, opting instead for natural pest control methods. Supporting local beekeepers by purchasing locally produced honey and beeswax is another way to help. By making conscious choices in our daily lives, we can all contribute to creating a more bee-friendly world. The future of bees, and indeed the future of our planet, depends on our actions. Let us all do our part to protect these vital pollinators and ensure that the buzz of bees continues to grace our world for generations to come.